Hello everyone, I have brought another video on non-finite verbs because many children find difficulty in understanding this topic. First of all, I would like to tell you non-finite verbs is non-verbs. This is also known as verbals. Why? Because it is taken from verb, but it is not a verb. It functions either as noun or adjective. That is why it is not verb and it is non-finite verb. Let me tell you the difference between non-finite verb and finite verb. What is finite verb? Finite verb is main verb. It denotes action or state of being. One more important difference between finite verb and non-finite verb is that non-finite verb does not change. It does not change according to the number or the gender or mood of the verb, according to the noun, the number of noun, whether it is singular or plural, whether it is masculine or feminine. According to the tense also it does not change. While finite verb changes according to number of noun, according to gender of noun. For example, she loves. Here, loves is finite verb and the verb loves changes according to she pronoun. If we use I here, it will be love. If we use it in past tense, it will become I loved. But non-finite verb does not change. Whatever tense it is, whatever noun, pronoun, whatever gender it is, whatever number it is. So let us begin. As I told you that non-finite verb is not a verb. There are three types of non-finite verbs: infinitive, gerund, and participles. Let me tell you about these one by one. Infinitive is first form of verb preceded by to. If we use to before first form of verb, it becomes infinitive and it functions as noun. As I told you, non-finite verb is not a verb, so it is noun. Infinitive is actually noun and first form of verb, which is also base verb, root form of verb, that is base verb. In general language we say first form of verb. Let's see the examples. She loves to dance. Here she is pronoun, loves is finite verb. As I told you earlier, loves to dance is infinitive. And why it is infinitive? Because it is not verb. Action is loves. She loves. What she loves? To dance. उसे क्या पसंद है? Dance करना. तो loves is verb. It shows her action. And to dance is the object of verb. And it shows the name of an activity. To dance is not action. It is the name of an activity which she loves. That is the basic difference. We go to school to study. हम स्कूल जाते हैं. क्यों जाते हैं? To study. So to study is the purpose of the action go. Go is main action, which is finite verb. Go is finite verb. And to study is infinitive because it is the purpose of finite verb. And to study will not change in any tense, with any subject, with any pronoun, whether it is singular or plural, whether it is masculine or feminine, whatever tense it is, whatever mood it is, whatever voice it is. So, this is finite verb and this is non-finite verb, and it is infinitive because verb has to before it and it is the purpose. It's not action, it is the purpose of the action. That is the basic difference. To err is human, to forgive is divine. This to err is to make mistake, to commit mistake, to forgive, maaf kar dena. To err is human, that is human attribute. To forgive is divine attribute. So to err is attribute. And to forgive is also attribute, divine attribute. So this is not action. Here is finite verb. Next non-finite verb is gerund. This is first form of verb plus ing, and it does the work of noun. As I told you, this is not a verb, it does the work of noun. Gerund is also non-finite verb and it is first form of verb plus ing. If we add ing in first form of verb, it becomes gerund. For example, eating, going, dancing, playing, crying, sleeping, all these ing verbs are gerund if they do not have helping verb before it. If there is helping verb before it, it will be finite verb. For example, they are working hard. They are working hard. This is finite verb. But if we do not have is, am, are, was, verb before ing form, it will be non-finite verb. For example, I love playing cricket. I love playing cricket. So here also love is finite verb and playing is gerund because it is the object of verb love. Gerund is also, as it is noun, it is the answer of what? Object. In terms of object, it is the answer of what? I love what? I love playing cricket. मुझे क्रिकेट खेलना पसंद है. So this is the name of an activity which I love. Walking in morning is good for health. This is another activity which is good for health. Name of an activity. Since it is the name of activity, it is gerund. It's not verb. He apologized for being late. उसने apologize किया, किस लिए किया? For being late. Late होने के लिए. So being is gerund and it is object to preposition. It is object to preposition for. Here it is subject to the verb is. So these are the functions of noun. Since gerund is noun, it is the subject of verb is. Here it is the object of verb love. Object to verb. Subject to verb. And here object to preposition for. These are the basic functions of noun. Since gerund is noun, it also does all these functions in different sentences. Next, we have participles. There are 3 types of participles: present participle, past participle, perfect participle, and they do the work of adjective. They function as adjective. They are not verb, they work as adjective or noun. Participle work as adjective. First of all, let us see what is present participle. It is first form of verb plus ing. Now here you have to pay little more attention, as gerund is also first form of verb plus ing. Ing form of verb is gerund as well as participle. That is why you have to pay attention. Now let's see the example. Look at these shining stars. Look at these shining stars. इन चमकते हुए सितारों को देखो. So shining is ing form of verb in the sentence, and it is participle. Why it is participle? It cannot be finite verb, as it does not have is, am, are, was, were before it. Shining ing form of verb does not have any helping verb before it, so it cannot be finite verb. As well as it can also not be gerund. Why? Because it doesn't do the work of noun. It is doing the work of adjective. How it is doing the work of adjective? Let me tell you. Shining stars. Now shining is saying something about stars. कैसे stars? चमकते हुए. Since shining is saying something about stars, it is adding a description to stars. It becomes adjective to stars, and since it is adjective, it is participle. Rising sun is a beautiful sight. Similar example, rising sun, चमकता हुआ सूरज, is a beautiful sight. It is a beautiful sight. Here also rising does the work of saying something about sun. That is why it is adjective and it is participle. All the participles do the work of adjective. Next we have past participle, which is the third form of verb. V3 means third form of verb, and third form of verb means gone, eaten, played, all the third form of verb. If you know all the forms of verb, you will understand grammar topics in a better way. She lost due to broken pencil. She lost a competition due to broken pencil. So now this word broken says something about pencil. It is an adjective to pencil. Pencil. कैसी pencil? टूटी हुई pencil. That is why it is adjective. It's not verb here. One more sentence. She was wearing a tattered coat. उसने पहना हुआ था कैसा? Tattered. फटा हुआ coat पहना हुआ था. This is also adjective for coat. Next we have perfect participle, having plus third form of verb. Having taken his share, he went away. अपना शेयर लेकर के वो चला गया. So here having taken his share becomes a participle phrase. It becomes a phrase. When two or more words together function as participle, they become participle phrase. When two or more words together function as noun, they become noun phrase. When two or more words together function as adjective, they become adjective phrase. So here having taken his share, अपना शेयर लेकर वो चला गया. So this whole phrase says something about he, pronoun, as adjective describes either noun or pronoun. Here this participle phrase describes the condition of he. वो चला गया. कैसे चला गया? अपना शेयर को लेकर. So this is adjective for he. Having been abused, he got furious. he was abused, having been abused, उसको abuse किया गया, that is why he got furious. As he was abused, he got furious. So having been abused is another participle phrase saying something about he. It becomes adjective and it is perfect participle. So let me quickly wind up. Infinitive is to plus first form of verb. It does the work of noun. Gerund is base verb plus ing. It does the work of noun. And participle is again ing. Present participle is ing form of verb. It does the work of adjective. Children usually face confusion about how to identify gerund and participle. So very quickly I will tell you how to identify gerund and participle. I have brought key points about how to identify gerund and participle. There is basic difference between gerund and participle. These differences I will tell you. First of all, I will tell you why there is confusion. Gerund is also verb 1 plus ing, and participle, that is only present participle, not other participles. Other participles are clear. And this is also present participle, which is first form of verb plus ing. That is why they look confusing. They look same, they look confusing. How to identify them? Very basic difference is gerund does the work of noun. Participle does the work of adjective. If you are clear about what is noun and what is adjective, you will definitely identify gerund and participle. I would tell you, gerund being noun is the answer of what? क्या? अगर क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा जाए और उसका आंसर जो निकलेगा, it will be gerund. And being adjective, participle is the answer of how. Let's see the example, but you have to see very minutely. Swimming is a good exercise. Here swimming is gerund. As I told you, this is the answer of what? We may frame a question. What is a good exercise? Swimming is a good exercise. So it is clear-cut gerund. क्या एक अच्छी एक्सरसाइज है? स्विमिंग एक अच्छी एक्सरसाइज है. अगर हिंदी में देखें तो हम इस तरह से समझ सकते हैं, करना, कोई भी काम को करना, देखना या होना जैसे वर्ड्स अगर आपको हिंदी में समझ में आ रहे हैं उस वर्ब से, तो वो gerund है. और पार्टिसिपल में करके, करते हुए, क्योंकि कैसे है ना, किस प्रकार, तो करते हुए, करके जो है, ये जो है कंडीशन बताते हैं नाउन या प्रोनाउन की. लेट्स सी एग्जाम्पल ऑफ पार्टिसिपल. आई डाइव्ड इनटू स्विमिंग पूल. मैंने डाइव लगाया किसमें? स्विमिंग पूल में. तो स्विमिंग पूल, स्विमिंग सेज समथिंग अबाउट पूल. It is the adjective for noun pool. Pool is noun and swimming is adjective. मैंने डाइव लगाया किसमें? पूल में. कैसा पूल? पूल कैसा था? स्विमिंग, तैरने वाला पूल. यहाँ पे एक और वर्ड आप लगा सकते हैं, वाला. I dived into swimming pool. So swimming is adjective for noun pool. One more thing I would like to tell you, if we remove adjective, sentence still looks complete, though it may not be perfectly complete, but removing the word adjective, also sentence looks somewhat complete. But removing noun, we don't make any sense. If we remove swimming is a good exercise, will not make the sentence, will not make any sense. But if I say I dived into pool, I dived into a pool, then it will remain a sentence and it will make a sense also. That is why adjective is not so important for a sentence how important a noun is. So this way also you can identify. She loves watching movies. उसको movies देखना बहुत पसंद है. As I told you, देखना, करना, होना. So watching is gerund. उसको movies देखना बहुत पसंद है. क्या देखना पसंद है? आंसर ऑफ what. क्या देखना पसंद है? मूवीज़ देखना पसंद है. उसको क्या पसंद है? मूवीज़ हटा भी दें तो भी शी लव्स वॉचिंग. उसे क्या पसंद है? वॉचिंग, देखना, मूवीज़ देखना पसंद है. तो देखना इज़ द नेम ऑफ एक्टिविटी विच शी लव्स. ही स्लेप्ट वाइल वॉचिंग मूवीज़. वो सो गया वाइल वॉचिंग, देखते हुए. एज आई टोल्ड यू, करते हुए. वॉचिंग मूवीज़ को देखते हुए सो गया. तो ही स्लेप्ट. हाउ ही स्लेप्ट? दिस इज द आंसर ऑफ हाउ. कैसे सो गया? मूवीज़ देखते हुए. सो वॉचिंग मूवीज़ इज द कंडीशन ऑफ द पर्सन हु स्लेप्ट. व्हेन द पर्सन स्लेप्ट, जब ही इंसान सोया तो वो क्या कर रहा था? मूवीज़ देख रहा था. सो इट टेल्स समथिंग, इट क्वालिफाइज ही. As I told you, adjective qualifies noun or pronoun. Here, watching movies qualifies he, that is why it is participle. It cannot be noun. Children heard barking of dogs. बच्चों ने सुना, क्या सुना? Barking of dogs. Dogs का भौंकना सुना. Again, now. Children heard what? They heard barking of dogs. Mainly they heard barking. Next, same sentence I converted into participle to raise your confusion. The children heard the dogs barking. बच्चों ने सुना dogs को. यहाँ पे dogs ऑब्जेक्ट हो गया. यहाँ पे barking ऑब्जेक्ट है. यहाँ पर dogs ऑब्जेक्ट है. जब ये barking ऑब्जेक्ट है तो वो noun हो गया. It will be gerund. और जहाँ पे barking dogs के बाद में आ गया, इट इज़ एडिंग समथिंग टू डॉग. वो डॉग के बारे में कुछ कह रहा है, इसलिए व्हेन इट इज़ टेलिंग समथिंग अबाउट नाउन डॉग्स, नाउन जो है डॉग है, और बार्किंग टेल समथिंग अबाउट डॉग्स, सो इट बिकम्स एडजेक्टिव. द चिल्ड्रन हर्ड द डॉग्स बार्किंग. बच्चों ने सुना डॉग्स को. यहाँ पे बच्चों ने डॉग्स को सुना, यहाँ पे बच्चों ने बार्किंग सुना. सो देयर इज़ द मेन डिफरेंस. वॉट, आंसर ऑफ वॉट यहाँ पे बार्किंग है, यहाँ पे आंसर ऑफ वॉट डॉग्स है. आई होप यू कैन क्लियरली परसीव द डिफरेंस. ऑल अप्रिशिएटेड हर सिंगिंग. सब ने अप्रिशिएट किया हर सिंगिंग, उसके गाने को. हियर इट इज़ हर परफॉर्मेंस. इट्स अबाउट हर परफॉर्मेंस, हर एक्टिविटी विच शी डिड and everybody appreciated. So this is noun. All appreciated what? Her singing. उसके गाने को appreciate किया. Here participle example, we heard them shouting loudly. हमने सुना उनको. यहाँ पर object them है. उनको कैसे सुना? Answer of how is shouting. चिल्लाते हुए. So चिल्लाते हुए is adjective and it is participle. I hope now there is no confusion between how to identify gerund and participle. If you clearly can identify that gerund is noun and participle is adjective, and if you can very well make out difference between noun and adjective, in every sentence you try to find out whether it is doing the work of noun or adjective. Then you will be able to identify between gerund and participle. I hope the lesson is clear to you. Keep watching my channel. I'll come to you with another video on grammar topic. You can write in my comment box if you want some particular topic from me. All the best. Bye-bye.